Hello, welcome back to The Witcher with aproustian. Here I am in the woods. Oh yeah, following the hunter. That's right. This is part of the main quest where I'm tracking the griffin to help the garrison so they'll tell me about Yennefer. That's right. And in the meantime, I have to help the hunter so that he'll help me with the griffin. Alright. Or maybe he is already, because I already helped him with the dogs. I'm not sure. But I love how there are all these deer here that we just kind of are ignoring. I mean, I guess that's not the point, but it's just kind of funny. Here we are, hunter in the woods or whatever. Deer, oh, who cares? I like this little shuffle run this guy has, though. It's kind of great. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. The Sheely shuffle. That's what we called it in high school. My coach, I ran track and cross country a little bit. I was terrible at it.
'Twas here.
Oh.
One lay there, by the stump, headless. The other hung from a branch, guts splayed, stretching down to... Watch out for yourself now.
I'll be fine.
I'll be fine. Not the first griffin I've dealt with. Not likely to be the last either.
Hope you're right. Good hunting now.
Yeah, so my cross-country coach was Sheely, and he had a particular easygoing gait that we call the Sheely shuffle.
Guardians were celebrating.
And that's what that reminded
Griffin
me of.
interrupted them.
Come on.
Ground's black, saturated with blood.
Yep. Oh, there's something here. The campfire? Come on.
A camp.
I have to be at just the right position, facing the right way to examine these things. But Geralt of Rivera does not like move small amounts. What's with that? That's interesting. It reminds me a similar kind of circles, I guess, from the dog. So I wonder if it's... Okay, those are bushes I can grab stuff from. I wonder if it's like animals or something, and that could help me hunt them? Not sure. I'm not really seeing anything else to investigate in the area, though. Oh, it's a little bit disorienting. Oh, there it is.
These prints are older and deeper, heavily armored. Nilfgaardians, probably.
I definitely still do not have a good sense of the politics. Like, the Nilfgaardians are the black ones who came and took over. Maybe? Oh, jeez. Don't tell me they go across here. They do, don't they? Okay. Wrong jump button. Jeebus. Oh, but there's stuff to loot. This is fine. Sure. Gonna let me loot? Yeah, repair kit. Huh. How do I get back up the... Okay, I got up this way. Are there tracks on the other side, though? I mean, I guess there must be. Are those dogs that I'm getting the... I'm hearing some growling. Okay. There we go. Not the smoothest, but we made it. Okay. Okay. jeez. Oh no. What am I doing? I was so focused on the... Whoa, no! Stop moving. Okay, when jumping over large gaps, hold circle during the leap. Okay. Like it.
Griffin's nest. What remains of it, at least.
Alright. So, Nilfgaardians?
Corpse is a couple of weeks old. Still alive when the griffin brought him here. Took a long time dying.
Ugh, that's awful. But does that mean Nilfgaardian soldiers already came and destroyed the nest?
Horse, dog, human. A few months' worth.
Like, this looks like a whole-ass griffin right here. Did
Female.
soldiers kill the mate?
Larvae in her wounds have already hatched. Been dead at least a week. Other griffin must be a male. Deep cuts over the whole body. Not a drop of blood on the beak or claws. Didn't defend herself. Crept up on her while she slept.
I mean, if I had to fight a griffin, I would probably...
Beak tips worn. Gray hairs in the coat. 10, 12 years old. Griffins pair off for life when young. Male must be about the same age. Thick shaft, dense barbs. A royal griffin. Explains why the male I ran into was so aggressive. Hunted the Nilfgaardians down here in the forest first, then started prowling the area. Done all I could. Should talk to Vesemir.
Alright. Oh, preparing for combat. Never underestimate your opponent. This rule is at the core of the Witcher's Code, and for good reason. Proper preparation has saved many a Witcher's life. It is likewise worth your while to brew potions, concoct oils, or visit craftsmen before engaging in combat. You might want to complete some side quests before attacking. This will allow you to gain experience and develop your character, giving you a better chance of winning the fight. Yes, all excellent advice. They're like, this griffin's gonna murder you, so maybe don't get murdered. R3. Emir Var Imre's rules to expand. He's trained his strategic brilliance on a singular vision, to conquer the world. Though he rightly calls this not conquest but salvation. Yes, the Emperor of Nilfgaard sets the world alight with the torch of civilization. It's quite the metaphor. Trampling the still warm corpses of his father's usurpers, the Emperor seized the throne and began to assimilate the northern realms, one after the other. Terror engulfed the north. Only the Battle of Brenna slowed the Imperial army's march toward victory. Temporary peace then took hold, though none believed this miracle would last. Emir's aim, to make the entire north a vassal of Nilfgaard, remained unchanged. Emir used peace as a cover to intensify his political efforts. Now all can see the results. Chaos and disorder devoured the Nordling states, ridden with internal backstabbing they near collapse. Only a strong ruler can grapple this dysfunction into function. Only a wise ruler can give vision to their blindness. Only Imri of our Imris can save the north. So our armies have again crossed the Yaruga for the third and final time. Ugh. Oh, can I steal some griffin eggs? Oh, no, but there is money. I'll take money. Is that why there's, like, money in parentheses on some things?
Burned.
Because...
Only a human could do this.
Yeah, because there's, like, different currencies? Are there more than one? Oh, for fuck's sake, game. I feel like there's a balance that you always have to make between kind of realism and playability. And they are erring on the side of realism. Like, okay, so there's different cultures here and they would have different money. But, like, that makes it more difficult player to understand and know what's going on. Ah, totally missed that. Aloy would have grabbed that, buddy. So we'll see. I'm not thrilled by that choice. I prefer a simpler experience just because it's easier to sort of understand what's going on. But I also don't mind it too much. Like, I figure if I play enough, I'll get the hang of it and it won't be a big deal. Okay, broken bridge. Okay, so I need to do side quests, although I also need to talk to Vesemir, who is here. So, yeah, I'll just run back. Okay, I'll catch y'all there. If I see anything interesting, I'll let you know. The reason why I'm running and stuff is in case I see something interesting. And I guess I could call my horse, but sometimes you just want to run. Okay, I have not talked to Vesemir yet, but I am here at the notice board because I thought there might be new notices, and there do seem to be. Alright. Death to the invaders. Hark, fair folk of the north. If you have a yearning for freedom, if you're prepared to take up arms to defend the motherland, head to the woods. We grow stronger by the day and will soon show the Nilfgaardian vermin that the Temerian nation yoke without a fight. If your heart bleeds blue and golden lilies, you will sooner die for your country than live as a slave to foreigners. Let us swear by our fathers who fell at the beasts of Sodden, by the souls of the dead buried at Brenna, to arms. Looking to borrow a plow. Hey lads, is there any among you can lend me a plow? Thing is, mine smacked up against a stone in my field so hard it bent halfways. May a fiend take me if I know how to fix it or plow my field without it. Rugged. Imperial Edict number 18 of 45. Let it here be known that, by order of His Imperial Majesty's High Command, all able-bodied men of White Orchard must present themselves at the village inn, equipped with a shovel, hoe, or pickaxe of their own provision. Fields near the village are littered with corpses, and given the warm spring we are currently experiencing, High Command fears the rotting bodies may bring contagion to the village. Let this stand as proof to the residents of White Orchard that their new rulers care for their safety and shall defend them not only from bandits but also from disease, by introducing measures which have long been standard in the civilized world. Any man refusing to comply with this order will be flogged and put in the stocks. So it's like, you know... Yeah, alright. Nilfgaardian lessons. Hail, Khazair, Gloir, Ard Fain Es Nar. Don't understand what you just read? No wonder. It's a Nilfgaardian. Soon half the world will be speaking this mysterious tongue. So you best start learning it now, and yours truly can help with that for a very modest fee. Ernest of Vicovaro. Nice. Wanted, dessert. Oh, so this I've already seen. Alright. Volunteers wanted. By order of Peter Captain Sarah Gwynleve, let it hereby be known that the enlistment in the Imperial Army is now open. Oh, I think I've read this as well. Okay. So some of those are repeats. That's fine.
Who taught you that?
Jetty.
Now listen carefully. You're never to sing that rhyme again. Never. And you're not to play with Chetty no more.
But Jetty's my best
Shit in a blowhole. Chetty's a little fool who'll get us all killed. I see you with him again and you'll regret it.
Was Chetty the one who was singing the
Damn
rhyme
dear,
about the
stick
Emperor?
the trees again.
Oh, Cecil!
It's Durban now.
Alright, sorry if you hear the cat in the background.
Not Goidamar.
What do you mean? I know what they named you at your cutting. What kind of name is
Good
that?
man. Whose field is that the other side of the river?
By the wood. Boyan Klimmix. Good lad, Master Witcher. Though he...
Yes, yes. This Boyan. Will he venture out to inspect his grain anytime soon?
That war
What
was
for?
nigh.
Harvest is a long way off
Yet
yet.
to see it himself.
What does that mean? What are you up to, Vesemir? Cecil!
Yes. What is it, Wolf?
Cecil! Hey! Yes, I see your mouse. I see it. I see it. Come here! No, don't go away! Oh my god. Alright. Well, Cecil's just gonna cry, and I cannot reach him. So, Sorry about the random cat noises in the background. Alright. I've accepted a contract. There we go.
Got good news and bad news. Good news first. Captain of the Nilfgaardian garrison knows where Yennefer went.
And the bad's that we have to kill the griffin for him. What else could he want from two witchers? Go on. Tell me what you know.
Griffin's abandoned its lair. Gotta make a lure, set a trap.
And how's that going?
Got the buckthorn.
Ought to work like a charm. Powerful scent.
More like stench.
City boy. Rotting meat, manure, piss. Standard smells of the countryside. Remember Tredegor? Hunting that Zoogle in the trash heap? You spent half the next day bathing, scrubbing yourself.
How can I forget? You ever gonna stop bringing that up? Learn
I
some
mean,
things.
I'm with
It's a
Geralt
male
here.
at its nest in the Vulpine Woods. The Nilfgaardians burned the woods down, killed its mate, smashed their eggs. Thought they'd fixed things.
It's always the same. Instead of sending for a professional, they try to do it themselves, only end up making matters worse. Fine. If everything's ready, say the word and we'll get to work.
I think it is not time
Later,
to set the
Vesemir.
trap. I want to do what the game recommended and level up a bit first. So, is this an item seller that I see on my... Yes, merchant.
We meet again.
Thank you for saving me. People say all kinds of things about witches, but I've always known yours to be an honorable guild.
So you managed to salvage some goods.
Yes, but I await the repair of my wagon. As time passes, my losses grow. Do you need something? I'll let it go half free.
Let me have a look at your stock.
Okay. Why are some things marked with X? It's because I can't afford it? Cannot be sold. Oh, these are my things that I have. I have no idea. I think sell, though, like, I got those, like, blunt axes and stuff. Where do I sell that? Where is that in my inventory? Here we go. No, not this. Oh, this interface. Oh, this interface. Let's keep some in case I need it for the crafting materials. I really don't know. They're like, sell it or dismantle, and I'm like, I don't know. Thing is better. Although these were pretty heavy, I think. Yeah, these are really heavy. I'm just gonna sell them. Get rid of some weight. I'm still okay on weight now, but it looks like everything can be sold or dismantled depending on what you prefer. Sold for a significant sum. Let's do some of that. Oh, I see. That's actually a nice way to do it. It just adds it directly into the shopkeeper so I can buy back if I need to. Okay. Acquired level 4. Ah, got it. So I'm not high enough level for this stuff. I do need better armor at some point. Oh, I can help Roach not panic. Seems good. That seems good. Heavy, but good. Carry more weight. I like that. But that's a lot of money, right? Like, 139 coins, and that's 183. So that's a weapon repair kit. I have one of those, I think. I want to like improve my gear. I'm not entirely sure how. Taking damage raises damage resistance for the remainder of the fight. That seems useful. It's alchemy stuff. I don't really know how to deal with that. Food and drink. Okay. Goodness. So it's like not clear to me even what I own. I guess these hunting boots, I did replace my boots, so I'm not wearing these. But these I have equipped, right? Don't I? Do I not? Oh my god. Let's do
Take
this
care.
for now. Sorry, there's so much I have to figure out about my inventory still, so let's take a look at that. Wait, go back out. New items, crowns, crowns, crowns. Okay, gotcha. So I picked up all that stuff. Okay. So I'm using the Vocavaro blade, which is at 67%, so I should fix it somehow. My silver sword is at 81, I should probably also fix it. I don't, okay, I knew I didn't have a crossbow yet. Oh, there's so much I don't understand. Okay. I don't have saddlebags. I don't have blinders. I do have a saddle. That's not a very good one. I have trousers. I got these better boots. Right. Okay, so I can definitely sell my other boots. Wait. And I can sell my other swords? None of these are better. 25 to 31. Okay, so that's my steel sword range. And if I look at my steel sword, 28 to 34. Okay, so it's definitely better. And this one's terrible. This is so terrible. The worst. Yeah, real bad. Okay, so I can sell those. Alright, I will do that.
Greetings.
Yeah, I
Let me
know
have a
this
look
is
at your
not the
stock.
most exciting thing, but it's going to take me a little bit of time to figure some of this out. At some point, I will stop showing it. Okay. I'll sell this, that. Oh, look at my weight plummet. Perfect. You'll love to see it. Okay. You know what? I am gonna buy the saddlebags. Well, it's a lot of money. I have a fair amount. I'm gonna buy this. And sure. Saddlebags or saddle? I don't care about the horse stamina as much. It doesn't matter when I'm on the road. Okay, that was most of my money.
Take care.
We're catching snails.
Okay, now let's do some alchemy. If I can. Okay. To create an item, you need the right ingredients. Here you can find a description of the item you created. Items you can create are categories. Use L to select the formula. Got it. All this is stuff I do not have. Bombs. Okay, so I do need this, whatever that Kaladin or whatever is, to make a bomb. But I don't have whatever this, oops. Ingredients missing. Saltpeter. Okay. Is that decoctions? That's weird. Damage dealt, regenerates. Like, these are cool. This, I think, is the one I just bought. So I'm still missing ingredients. That's fine. Oh, I have this. Apply to sword for additional effects. Plus 10% attack power versus necrophages. Okay, cool. The dog tallow, I think, and whatever those dandelions are. Yeah, let's just make it. Nice. In order to use it, it must first be equipped in the inventory panel. Use L1 and R1 to select the inventory panel. Yeah. Oh. Pockets. Empty. Yes, but I would like to not have them be empty. How do I... Oh, is it consumable? How do I... select something? Do I... Ah, jeebus. Okay. Oil. I see, so I can put it on that, but I think it's limited time, right? I don't want to use it up if it's just gonna go away right away, you know? Okay. Wait, I did also get... Shoot, that horse thing. I got a horse thing. You have oil to use it, apply it to your sword. Okay. I will just apply it to my sword then. Now your sword will deal more damage to opponents that are vulnerable to this oil. Cool. Okay, that's cool. That's a nice way to upgrade it. Neat. Alright. What about my stuff? Is my saddle here? Wolf hide. Where did my saddle go? Didn't I buy, or I did not saddle bags. Okay, let's see, is it here? No? If I come here? It just says empty, but I swear to God I bought some. I did! Yeah, see? Temerian saddlebags. Now where the heck are they? Where did they go? Oh, roach. Okay, yes, clearly saddlebags go under the food and drink category. My God. Alright, well now I can carry 90, so I think that was worth it. Alright. Cow. Hi, cow. Alright. What are my quests besides the big one? Yeah, that looks like it's recommending level 3, which I am not level 3 yet. This is level 2. Brew a dose of the swallow potion. come across one of the beast's victims. This Lina. She'd been on her way. The beast had mortally wounded her. Oh, right. Right. I gotcha. Damn. Okay. Let's do this one right now. Ask Odolan about the contract. To take out the monster haunting the area around an old well. Okay. Oh, that's not taking us very far away. Just back into the village. Okay.
Snails!
Sprinting Geralt. Here we go. Okay, I've definitely harvested that bush before, I feel like certain. So, they do come back. I was kind of wondering about that.
Pouring like this on my bulbs. Ah! Don't touch me.
Huh. I like the sunflowers. Oh, it's getting like stormy out here. Ugh, bad weather. Yes, yes, talking to the dude. Or, and hear me out, I can run around and gather more stuff. This is gonna be a problem. Because I'm like, I see stuff on the mini-map. And that means I want to go collect it. Like, nope. Stop getting distracted by plants. Go talk to this dude. How do I get into this place? Oh, there's a door. See, isn't it nicer inside anyways?
Greetings, good man. Having trouble with your well? That's what I read.
Aye. 'Tis haunted. Has been for a good 20 years.
20? So why'd you put out a notice just now?
Good
Because
question.
earlier on we drew our water from the river. But so many corpses floating in it after the battle it's turned noxious. My daughter Mandy drank half a pitcher. Felt dreadful ill, can't keep nothing down. She grows worse by the day. Herbalist claims you fight a fever with drink. And not beer nor cider, but water. Clear, pure water. And where am I to get that if not from the well? But first, the ghost's got to be driven away. And it don't let any man near.
This ghost. Describe it for me.
Well, it's awful frightening. Awful.
I meant, what does it look like?
It looks like a woman, but fresh from the grave. Wears a dirty dress, all rags, its skin flaking off its bones, and it howls like it's suffering.
Some wraith. Or maybe an alp.
If you don't wallop it, master, if you don't take care of it, that is, it'll come kill me daughter.
I mean, as much as I want to, I don't know, play Geralt as like a cool, nice guy, he is still a freelancer.
I feel for you, but this is my job, so let's talk about my pay.
Something not right with the coin.
Oh, to haggle? Okay, well, I'm not gonna haggle with this guy too much. We'll just say, like, 22.
If you could drop your price a bit, I'm sure we'd agree.
Alright.
Settles it then.
21. Awesome. Alright. I'll help you.
Fine, I'll help. Where's this well?
In Havel, a settlement on the heights. It's abandoned now. No one ventures there on account of the ghost being about. Drive it off. Please.
Alright. Gotta go ghost hunting, I guess. Am I also gonna loot from this man? Maybe. Hi.
She's a fever. Has fainting spells. She's in a bad way, Master. A bad way.
Okay, I'm not gonna allude to the guy with the dying daughter. Maybe just a little. Oh, no. Tempting. Tempting, but no. I won't. Maybe after I save his daughter. Jeez, buddy. You okay? Huh. Promise not to loot every plant between here and this ghost. Okay, just those. That's it. Okay, where am I? Oh, that's not too far where I had been before. That's right, I've been at the broken bridge. Okay, cool. Alright, this time I will call my horse. Shoot. Why is it not letting me call the horse? I swear to God it was double tapping R3 or L3.
Let it rain.
Well,
Blood from the field.
we're...
Wonder if the wench took down the wash.
Where is Roach? Huh? Where are you, horse? Do I have to be close enough to the horse to call him? Jesus. I prefer a magic horse who can just come from wherever. Oh, jeez. Yep, that looks like lady alright. Wrong weapon. Pretty sure. I mean, I'm maybe just
The
assuming
infamous
here.
well. A moon wraith. Wonder what it's doing here.
Yeah, good question. Just, you know, in case.
Strange. She's not attacking.
Huh. Okay. Now she's attacking. Right? Defeat the Noon Wraith. Okay. Okay, I remember how to fight. I don't. Eat some bread, you know, in the middle of this fight. I think I want a different sign. Jesus, buddy. Lady. Stop doing that. There's my roll. Have to find more bread. Whoa, the fuck was that? Jesus.
She fled, but she'll be back tomorrow. Something's keeping her here.
Huh. Read the entry about Noon Wraiths in the bestiary. Okay. Is that here? Yes. Dogs, wolves, sure. Additional information. Yeah, gotcha. These are drowners and ghouls. Okay, this is a specter. Yeah, that's fine. I don't... Oh. What? The residents of White Orchard had suffered more than their fair share of misfortunes. Passing armies had trampled their spring planting, a griffin had begun abducting their livestock, and the rotten icing on this painful cake, a noon wraith haunted a nearby well. No wonder the locals called this final evil a devil. The Witcher could sense something bound her to this place, and in order to send her off into the ethereal realms, he would first need it. Once that was done, he would have to prepare. And a noon wraith is a demanding opponent. She can disorient her victim by blinding him and creating mirror images of herself. These copies slowly suck their victim's life energy, while their mistress remained untouchable. In order to defeat her, the Witcher could not rely on his silver sword alone. The Erded sign would also be needed to trap her and force her to take on material form. Aha! Okay. Despite what is commonly thought, peasants do not interrupt their labors at midday to go out of the sun. They do so to avoid noon wraiths. Huh. On particularly searing summer days, when the sun reaches its zenith, wraiths will at times appear, resembling sun-scorched women dressed in long white robes. These are noon wraiths, the spirits of young women and girls who died violent deaths right before their weddings. Driven mad with pain or anger, they wander the fields searching for their unfaithful lovers or backstabbing rivals, though they will kill anyone who does not get out of their way in time. They are often held in this world by some object of intense emotional significance. That is why, if one ever finds a wedding ring or torn veil in the middle of a field, one should not pick it up, but instead back away as quickly as possible. Vulnerable against moon dust, specter oil, and Yrden. Hey, alright.
Something's tied the noon wraith to this place. An object. Something she needs before she'll leave this world.
Alright, let's take a look around. Wait. Mushroom.
Noon wraith won't stray too far from the well.
Yeah. Wait, it said loot. And I'm not one to turn up a good looting. I mean, I did turn it, because I did loot that guy's house. Yet. I haven't looted that guy's house yet. Well, that doesn't seem like it's what's holding what's-her-face here.
A man, stabbed with a knife, died on the spot. Animals fed on his body, picked his skeleton clean. More blood stains over there. But it's not his blood.
Huh. Was that the,
Journal. Might be useful.
was that the groom? Read the diary. Okay. Oh, this is the contract. Okay, so these are not what I need to be reading. I need to find it in my inventory, because of course. Alright. It's happened. Volker sent a petition of our grievances against the Lord to the court at Vizima, listed all the harm he's done us, how he killed Johann for not taking off his cap quick enough, how he trampled our fields when drunk with nary a thought of repayment, how he barged in during Peter's wedding and demanded his right at the first night. Now we finally got what we begged Metatil for in our prayers for so long. The judge recognized our grievances and waived all our bonds and duties to the Lord. We can finally strike out on our own. At last we can live as free men. First day of our freedom. Hovel's not much of a village yet, but to my mind it's better than the most fantastic palace. Volker turned our home with hazelwood smoke to drive out evil, outfumed our home, buried a marten under the gate to make sure no thieves cross our threshold, and then he gave me a bracelet, loveliest I've ever seen. He said it's foolish to spend so much on a bauble when we haven't plows nor hoes and that we ought to return it to the merchant. Over my dead body, I'll never take it off. It'll always be there to remind me of Volker, how happy that we were that day. They say the Lord is coming to see us, that he wants us to make a deal to beg us to return to the village. They say he's calm since his son died, that he's not as quick to anger about small slights. Well, we'll see. One way or another, intention to move 1 inch from here. Aha. So a bauble.
That bracelet might be what ties the woman's spirit to this place.
Yeah. I am 100% on her side, BT dubs.
Bloodstains, barely visible. Someone was dragged this way. Someone who was still alive.
Okay, but not that other guy. Okay. Alright, so I've already examined those. Is it different from these?
Palm prints in blood. Small hands. A woman's. Someone dragged her out. She was wounded. Fought for her life. No body in sight, but might still find some tracks. Under the right conditions, bloodstains can remain visible for decades.
Can they? You know what? You've got magic vision,
Another print
so...
by the well.
Sure. Yeah, definitely feel like I'm getting the story here. Oh.
Moonwraith won't stray too far from
Yeah,
the well.
I already knew that, bud. We've looked at it like 3 times.
Moonwraith won't stray too far from the well.
No, not that. That.
Bloodstains. Almost faded. But the line's taut. Something's not right. A corpse, hanged by the bucket rope. Woman the journal belonged to. Must be. Wide pelvis, small jaw. A woman. Around 30, judging by the teeth. Left arm's missing. Need to cremate the remains. Gotta find the object that binds her to this place before I do, though. Was she wearing the bracelet from her husband? Might be why her arm fell off. Gotta jump down there. Hope I don't break my legs.
Yeah. Okay, well. Yup. Oh gosh. Now what am I looking for? Now I can call my horse? Now that I'm underneath the frickin' well, I can call my horse? Amazing. I love it. Okay. Oh, I'm outside the area I need to be searching. Nothing. Oh, there. Oh, so I'm gonna have to dive for it. Take it. Take it. Geralt. Dig it. Take. Now how the heck do I get back out of here? Did you think about that? Why did you not make an escape plan? Not like have a rope.
Lucky not to come up empty-handed. A bracelet with an inscription. To Claire, from Volker. The bracelet must have belonged to the woman in the well. Lovely craftsmanship. but I'll have to burn it with the body to get rid of the Noon Wraith for good. Better do it near the well.
Alright, we're looking for a way out then. No, I want, like, the local map. Okay, well... Can I get... Okay? I mean, it doesn't really look like it. And the circle indicates this way, maybe. No, no, this is the edge of it. I can loot something over here? Oh, mushrooms. Sure. I see. So I must be able to get up. Got it. Okay. Oh, this is disorienting. Back here, this way, I should be able to get somewhere. Oh, I see. I can swim under this. Oh, God! Oh, jeez. This is like worst nightmare stuff. Swimming through cave, like, without air above you. Okay, alright. Whew. So far, so good. How do I go this way? Is this the way I want to go? Fine. Diving. Go. You only have so much breath, bud. I'm afraid if I say swim faster, he'll use his breath faster, but... And it doesn't seem to do it while I'm underwater. There we go. Go to the frickin' surface, bud. Oh, thank goodness. Whew. Okay.
Need to prepare for this fight. Brew some wraith oil. Drink some potions.
Okay. Well, on that note then, I think I will call it because apparently I need to prep for this fight as well. So yeah, we will call that good for today. And I'll catch y'all the next time. Bye.